In the quaint town of Rosewood, where the air was thick with the scent of pine and the streets were lined with cobblestones, lived a young girl named Lily. She was a curious and kind-hearted 14-year-old, with bright blue eyes and a smile that could light up even the darkest days. Everyone in Rosewood knew her. She was the girl who loved to explore the woods, often venturing deeper than most dared to go. One crisp autumn afternoon, Lily decided to wander further into the forest than she ever had before. The trees seemed to whisper secrets as she walked, the leaves crunching softly beneath her boots. She was following a narrow path when she stumbled upon an old, abandoned cabin. It was hidden deep within the woods, overgrown with ivy, its windows dark and uninviting. Curiosity got the better of her, and Lily stepped inside. The moment she crossed the threshold, the door slammed shut behind her. The darkness engulfed her, and before she could react, a rough hand clamped over her mouth. Fear shot through her like lightning as she struggled, but the grip was too strong. A gruff voice hissed in her ear, "Don't make a sound." Lily was taken, kidnapped by a man who'd been hiding in the shadows, waiting for someone to stumble upon his lair. He was a drifter, a man with no name and no past, who'd come to Rosewood seeking refuge from his own demons. He kept Lily in the cabin, bound and terrified, with no way to escape. Back in town, Lily's parents grew anxious when she didn't return home by nightfall. They called the Rosewood Police Department, and soon the whole town was searching for her. But as the hours turned into days, hope began to fade. The once vibrant town was now shrouded in despair. That was when Detective Jack Marshall was called in. Jack was the best detective in the state, known for his sharp mind and relentless determination. He had a reputation for solving the most difficult cases, and he wasn't going to let this one slip through his fingers. Jack arrived in Rosewood and immediately began his investigation. He scoured the woods, interviewed the townspeople, and analyzed every clue, no matter how small. He worked day and night, driven by the thought of Lily alone and scared, somewhere out there. On the third day, Jack found a clue. An old map of the forest with a small, circled area deep within the woods. It was a place that no one in town seemed to know about, but something told him it was worth checking out. He didn't waste any time. As Jack ventured into the forest, the sky darkened and the wind howled through the trees. He followed the map, his instincts guiding him deeper into the unknown. Finally, he saw it. The old cabin, half, hidden by the shadows of the towering pines. His heart raced as he approached, his hand resting on the holster of his gun. Inside, Lily sat in the corner of the dimly lit room, her eyes swollen from crying. The man who had taken her paced back and forth, muttering to himself. He hadn't noticed Jack silently entering the cabin, his movements as stealthy as a predator, stalking its prey. With the precision of a seasoned detective, Jack moved closer until he was right behind the man. In one swift motion, he grabbed him, pinning him to the ground. The man struggled, but Jack was too strong. Within seconds, he had him handcuffed and subdued. Lily looked up, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and relief. Jack quickly freed her from her bindings, wrapping his coat around her trembling shoulders. "You're safe now," he whispered, his voice calm and reassuring. Tears streamed down Lily's face as she hugged Jack tightly, the nightmare finally over. The news of Lily's rescue spread quickly through Rosewood, and the town rejoiced. Jack Marshall became a hero, though he brushed off the praise, insisting that he was just doing his job. For him, the true reward was seeing Lily reunited with her family, her smile slowly returning as she began to heal from her ordeal. As the days passed, life in Rosewood returned to normal, though the town would never forget the shadow that had briefly darkened their lives. And neither would Lily, but she knew that no matter how dark the shadows might seem, there was always a light that could break through. A light that came in the form of a brave detective who refused to give up. And so, Rosewood continued to thrive. Its people a little wiser, a little stronger, and forever grateful for the courage of one man who brought their lost girl home.